sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hey Chad, I'm here to get my things. Chad?
What you laughing at?
Work-related things.
So you wouldn't mind if I look?
It's confidential.
Stupid.
You're stupid.
Alright, boys, gear up. We got a dead man at Kansas Apartments.
Looks like you should have worn a red shirt.
I don't see how that would benefit him, Detective Gino.
Ah, good morning, Doctor. Seems like our victims here got the point.
Not only is that joke not funny, but your observation is quite obvious.
Right, well, we haven't found a murder weapon yet.
I found it!
Stop! I must photograph the evidence! Proceed.
I found a print!
Wow, a rookie's first print. This calls for some documentation.
It's about to be your last day, Gino.
Sorry, boss.
So, Akuza, what's the time of death?
I've not only got a time, I've got a name. Chad Guy Cool. But that's about 13 hours, making it about...
9:41.
Precisely. Detective, really? I'll tie this poor man. I'm gonna grab a gurney.
Alright, boys, let's wrap this up. Put this in bag for me, would you?
I'm on time. Looks like evidence to me.
Here you go. Tag the wallet.
Let's go.
I just can't believe he's dead.
You're gonna have to accompany us to headquarters, you know.
You don't think I did this, did you?
Well, you did find the body. You're the only lead we have. You can prove your innocence soon enough. So, what have you learned about our victim?
His name was Chad Guycool, 24 years old. He moved here about 2 years ago with his girlfriend, Evie Barthrow. He was a teacher at Scholars Palmetto Academy, but he spent most of his time logged on a computer video game.
Wait, he was a gamer?
Yeah, besides Sudoku on his phone, he had thousands of hours logged on this game called Norfight.
Right to the chase, Gino.
We pulled the client-side connection log and we found that Chad's computer visited 3 IP addresses.
You got any names?
No.
Sorry, boss.
What's your relation to Mr. Guycool?
Ex-girlfriend. We broke up last Friday.
Then why were you at his residence this morning?
I was grabbing my stuff. I didn't get the chance to on Friday.
And why is that?
We got into a bit of an argument. I was angry and I stormed out.
May I venture as to what the argument was about?
He was spending too much time on his computer. He said that the interwebs were his life.
Would you say that you hated him?
I mean, I disliked him, but I would never kill somebody.
Then why was he found dead?
Okay, listen. After I left his house, I went up to the East-West Technical Conference. You can check the security cam footage.
Pull up the footage for East-West.
Would you look at that?
We'll get back to SCIS right after the break. We are Coca-Cola. When we make a Coke, we're not just thinking about all the profit we'll make off it. We use this water right here to make our Coke. So it's not just Coke, it's good Coke. Because look at that water. We use that dirt, all that dirt right there. It's all nice and good, right up in that Coke. You wonder why it's brown? It's not the syrup, it's the Coke. And every time we make a Coke, it's not just a Coke, it's a tree. Buy a Coke, make a tree. Coca-Cola, the snack that smiles back. Now back to SCIS.
You're a very curious specimen.
Talking to the corpses again, huh, Doc?
They each have their stories, just gotta learn to listen.
So, what did listening to this one tell you?
Bruising around the neck suggests that he was strangled. That's not how he was killed, though. Acute bruising on the wrists suggests he was tied up. 12 cuts around the torso and the legs. It's the main one just here. Severed the aorta. Bled to death in a matter of seconds. Poor fellow didn't even see it coming.
They really did it to him. You said they were clean cuts?
Very clean. No serration on the blade. Cuts varying from 3 to 5 inches in depth.
Sounds like your typical kitchen knife.
Speaking of knives, has Amy finished the...
Detective Teen, please report to the forensics lab.
So what you got for me, Shulik?
Well, I finished processing the scene, and guess what I found?
What?
I said guess. So I tested the iPhone cable, and I found some epithelial cells. That's to be expected, but the kicker is that they're not all from the victim.
So who are they from then, Shulik?
So I tested the blood that Dr. Akusa sent me. The blood samples from the body and the knife don't match.
So the knife wasn't the murder weapon?
No, the knife is definitely the murder weapon. It's covered in Chad's blood, but the handle is covered in someone else's blood.
What about the fingerprint then?
I'm not there yet. So I tested and I ran the fingerprints through APHIS, and I found that the fingerprints and the DNA match. And it looks like the hair does too. Our mystery man is Sean Rivers.
So how did his blood get on the knife then?
His hand slipped when he was a stabbing. Duh.
Well, looks like we've found our killer then. Thanks, Amy?
Yeah.
Well?
Hey boss, we got the IPs back from Heroic Games.
Well, I would hope so, Gino.
Well, we cross-referenced the IPs with Chad's recent internet activity and found some reoccurring contact with one specific IP, mostly social media sites.
Sean Rivers.
How did you know, boss?
Intuition. What was going on between those two anyway?
Well, here's where it gets fun. Chad was really the only one talking. Malicious, threatening messages. Sean hardly replied, but when he did, he seemed scared, intimidated.
Classic bullying case.
Well, where does he live then, really?
He's at the Kansas apartments.
Same building as Chad. Interesting. Well, suit up, men. We got a guy to do.
SCIS, Mr. Rivers, we have a warrant for your arrest. Open up, Mr. Rivers.
Clear. Clear. Sean Rivers, put your hands where I can see them. You are under arrest for the murder of Chad Guy Cool. Oh yeah.
So, Sean, why did you kill him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why did you kill him, Sean?
He was always such a jerk to me. Always barraging me with threatening messages. I didn't mean to kill him. I just got out of control for a second.
Do you think this is a game, Sean?
No, absolutely not.
He is dead! Sean.
I know, Detective T.
We're done here.
That was a lot of yelling in there, boss.
Yeah, was it really necessary? We already caught the guy.
It's just fun.